Has this movie reinstalled my faith in reboot movies? Back everybody, so my next movie review for you is The Hitcher. So The Hitcher is a 2007 remake of the classic Hitcher movie that got released in 1986. This movie is directed by David Mears, starring Sean Bean, Sophia Bush, Zachary Knighton, plus many others. In this movie we follow a couple of characters called Grace and Jim as they pick up a hitchhiker who then very quickly becomes apparent that this guy is a psychopathic killer. And that is the whole premise of this movie. Now, any of you guys that have followed me on this channel for, well, since the start know exactly how much I am not a fan of remakes. And did this movie restore my faith in remakes? The answer to that question is no. Okay, I have to be honest with you, there's probably about one thing out of the whole of this movie that I actually generally did enjoy. The rest of it was an okay watch, and I found myself at certain points my concentration kind of lapsing. You have to remember that the 1986 version of this is a classic horror movie which is standing the test of time, and it's an absolutely fantastic watch in every single way. This movie came out in 2007, it's now 2021, and this is the first time I've watched this movie. Okay, and I got a small, minute amount of enjoyment from this. They again changed something in this movie, which, okay, I did see coming, and it's not a huge problem, okay? But they have a terrible tendency when they do remakes to change and swap things about. In this one, they got away with it, okay, because it didn't really make a huge amount of difference. The only real thing in this movie that I actually enjoyed was Sean Bean's character. He is the strongest performance out of the whole of this movie. That and Sophia Bush, she was actually not too bad. It was kind of like a woman's empowerment kind of moment towards the end of the movie, which is a bit of a spoiler for you. But, you know, I mean, to be fair, this movie came out in 2007. You know, if you haven't seen it, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm going to recommend the original anyway. But I'm just being honest with you guys, I really, really am. But Sean Bean's character in here, he is brilliant. In every single way. He is extremely intimidating. He plays a damn good psychopath in this, because even when he gets questioned in this movie, he goes, why not? And you just look at him and you just go, ah, you are fucked up. I like that, because it worked really, really well. He's extremely, extremely intimidating, and every time he is on screen, he takes the show, okay? He does. In my personal opinion, he is the strongest performance out of the whole of this movie. Yes, he's no Rutger Hauer like we had in the 1986, but I think his take on this movie, or on this character, is literally the only thing that I actually enjoyed. Really, really enjoyed. I'm not saying that this is a completely crap movie. I'm not. You will get some sort of entertainment from this, and you get suspenseful build-ups. You can feel the emotion in certain parts of the movie as well. The desperation to try and get away, to try and survive. They had all this in, and it does generally work. But when I'm a fan of the original so much, and even my boss is a massive fan of the original, and I know many people that love this movie, or the original 1986 movie, when they start messing around with movies or classic movies like that, it's very hard for somebody like me who grew up in the 80s, 90s. It's just tough. It's really, really tough. And I know what they're trying to do. They were trying to inject it into a modern day audience. But to be honest with you, you could just re-release a 1986 one and it'll still have exactly the same effect, in my personal opinion. There's a little bit of CGI in this movie, which at the start of this movie, which I thought was actually completely pointless and shit. I've got to be honest, I was just like, did it really need to be in there? And this is the thing, it's just like, it was subtle little things like that. I said, did that really need to be in there as such? I get what they were trying to do, but it's just, if I, comes to the crunch point, is that I'm trying to find stuff to talk about with this movie, and I generally can't, okay? Sean Bean is by far the strongest performance out of all of this movie. I enjoyed it when he was on screen, okay? He is a damn good bad guy in this, in my personal opinion. Like I said, he's still no Rutger Hauer. I can never say his name, Hauer. You get what I mean. But it is the most enjoyable part of this movie, and I did get a small amount of entertainment from this. So if I was to give this a rating, I'm going to have to give this a 4 out of 10. It's probably the lowest rating I've given a movie, to be fair. No, that's no. Predator movie might have been the lowest rating, but I've just given you my personal, honest opinion. And when I say I'm giving you my personal, honest opinion, if this movie was good, I would have said it, okay? But this movie only has a few good points in it. Yes, it does resemble the original, but it just didn't work for me. The 1986 is a classic. It's that simple. And no, my faith in remakes has still not been changed. So on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. As normal, hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.